Hello, welcome to Buzzing with Cousin Talk. I'm your host, Cousin Johnny. How's everybody doing out there? Weather's been really great, and we're going to have a great summer. Things are starting to open up, and I think we're going to have some fun. Before we start this show, I'd like to invite everybody to Buzzing with Cousin YouTube channel. Just go and punch in Buzzing with Cousin on YouTube, and you can watch all the previous shows. Also, the live show will be on there also, along with Buzzing with Cousin on Facebook. And you'll also get notices when something's going to happen. So that would be great if you guys could do that and go ahead and subscribe to Buzzing with Cousin on YouTube. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. I got a great guest here. Okay. I'd like to introduce the co-owner of a new Italian deli on Cannery Row. Okay, it's been open maybe 6-7 months, but it's a great place, and I've been there a few times and I love it. So let me introduce co-owner Jason Coniglio.
Hey guys,
welcome to the show. How
Thank
are
you? Good. How are you?
Doing really good, and I'd like to congratulate you and your brother for opening up Coniglio Bros Italian Deli.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I mean, it's great spot, and I've been there a couple times. I got my favorite mortadella.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I could live on the mortadella. Every Saturday, my dad used to get it with the mortadella salami and some fontanella cheese. Every Saturday, we'd sit in the garage because, as you know, all the Sicilians, they turn their garages into kitchens, right?
Especially the fishermen. We
had the table.
Absolutely.
We had the stove, the table, everything was in there. Nothing in my mom's kitchen was pretty much just for the holidays, or
right.
But anyway, so I miss those days. So I'm glad you're there.
It's been a challenge, but we're here.
Jason, so the Coniglio family, that's a well-known family in the Monterey Peninsula. When did the family arrive in Monterey? And give us a little history of the family.
Sure. So my grandfather, Orazio Coniglio, came over from Isola della Femmina, Sicily, and they first settled in Manteca right around 1900s, 1910. He ended up in Monterey in the mid-20s, 1920, 1925. My grandmother was a Ferrani. Her father is Pietro Ferrani, who statues at the wharf, and he is credited for being one of the founding fishermen for the Sicilian community and helping to invent the lampada net, which is still used today to get sardines and mostly squid, which we're getting right now. So right around the 1920s is when we've been here. So we've been on the peninsula over 100 years, and integral part in the hospitality industry. My grandfather had my attic bar, 1937, which I owned until we had a flood, unfortunately, back in 2016. So, and then my Uncle Phil started Mediterranean Market, I believe was in 1955, 1958, maybe. And so that's kind of how Mediterranean Market started with our families.
Yeah, I sure remember the Mediterranean Market, one of the most popular, like a landmark. I think it was on the corner of Ocean and Mission, I believe.
Absolutely. There, right across from the park.
I mean, you walk in and you're going to just be like, your nose is boom with the smell of cheese. And
my Uncle Phil and his kids did such a phenomenal job in that place, and they made it such a landmark establishment. I mean, to this day, you walk around Carmel, you've got people that either grew up going to Mediterranean Market as a kid throughout their life, or if they were visiting the peninsula, they always made a point to go to Med Market to get salamis, wines, cheeses, imported goods to have a picnic at the beach or at the park or take back home. It just became such an iconic place. It was just, it's some pretty big shoes to fill. But
I mean,
you know,
well, I mean, it's still remembered to this day. I mean, every time I drive by, I look and I just drive by and I just look. It just
yeah,
automatically you just look.
yeah.
You know,
They still own my cousins still own the corner building, so they did okay
yeah.
for themselves over there.
And then I'd like to pay tribute to your grandfather for the inventing that net that they used during the fishing industry for the sardines,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah, yeah,
that was something else. I mean, he invented the net. I guess well, those boats were called purse seiners,
right.
like a purse. So I guess they made the net like a
Like
purse.
a drawstring purse. So if you took a drawstring purse, you put it upside down, the net flip. You have your cork line, which floats the top of the net, and your weight line, which draws it down, and then you pull it up around the school of the squids or the sardines back in the 20s and 30s. So it was pretty because before they used to do it all by hand. These poor guys were out there
Oh, yeah.
and they were pulling those nets in by hand. Now they got winches, and well, it's still a lot of very hard work. So these guys that fish for a living, that's a tough living.
Yeah, I was yesterday. I took a ride down the Sillamar, and I saw all the squid boats are
Yeah,
out.
they're hammering squid right now in the bay. It's
And
awesome to see. I mean, I was growing up as a kid. You see the light
yeah,
boats. You see 25, 30 boats out there.
and it
And we've
looks like
unfortunately
they're doing it during the daytime
right
too.
now, no, like we if you go here with the deli, you can walk out right to the water between the Intercontinental Hotel and Bubba Gumps, and you see the entire bay,
Oh yeah,
and you
that's
see the boats there pulling nets in from night to dawn. It's awesome to see, and it brings back such good memories of my childhood as a kid fishing on the
yeah,
wharf and seeing these tractor trailers getting full of squid, getting boats unloading. It was a great time for us in the 80s and
yeah.
70s and 80s.
Well, and I thank you for kind of bringing the tradition of your family, like you had the Myatic bar downtown Alvarado, and
Yeah,
I mean that was like your grandfather's bar, and you opened it with the same name and everything, and
yeah, yeah.
that was
My whole thing is really what I think the Monterey Peninsula is, and I have this moniker. I use it at my attic. I have it here at the deli. Is history, heritage, and hospitality, because
yeah,
we have such a unique history here on the peninsula, and for the state of California, the Monterey Peninsula itself, and then the heritage of the Italian community, Italian Sicilian community, is so rich about the American dream and hard work, and then we're in hospitality. The entire peninsula is based in hospitality in some way, shape, or form. So that's kind of what I want people when they come into the deli is
yeah,
understand the history of our peninsula, the heritage of the Italian Sicilian culture, and being part of the hospitality industry, and just
yeah,
really giving such a nostalgic feel for when you come to Monterey. You get, like you said, when you walk into Med Market, you get that aromatic sense. You're just like, this is amazing. It
yeah,
feels good, it smells good, it tastes good, and you remember that. Just like you hear a certain song or taste a certain wine or a certain flavor or something, it brings back good memories. So that's what I
yeah,
wanted to create with my attic, and also now with the deli, getting a really good product that's simple, clean, healthy, and
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
And
remember growing up, yeah, on Cannery Row, and well, I didn't grow up there, but hanging out.
yeah,
Over there where the Hovden Cannery is, where the aquarium is.
very much, yeah.
I used to see my grandmother there, like,
In the line,
working the line, and
yeah.
I just walked in and just sat, watched her and hugged her and all that. But can you imagine a kid now with all these lawsuits and everything?
Oh, forget it. Are you
Walking
kidding?
in like, it was like no big deal. It just walked in, but and the smell in the morning of the sardine was almost a stink. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
The smell of those 500-600 purse seiners all coming in loaded. Now that stink that as a kid I hated,
You
but
miss now.
as an adult now I love it. I wish I could get a bottle of it and just smell it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. We're at different times, and it's it's as we get older, as you know this, that memory fades, and a lot of the generations below don't
Yeah,
understand why we're here and how we've gotten here, and
yeah,
what all of us have contributed to the peninsula. And so it's up to us to keep that memory going in a positive manner and
yeah.
pay tribute to our past.
And I get a hats off to. There's a couple historians that are in. Well, we just lost a good man there, Pat Hathaway.
Oh yeah, yeah. He had great collection of
A great
photos.
collection of photos, and I wonder where those photos are going, so we could probably see him again. I mean, he had the cannery workers, he had
Oh
everything.
yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, and there's other historians that are really just doing whatever to keep the history a
That's
Monterey.
important. It's important. We need to learn where we come from.
Yeah, and for the tourists that come down, to give them like like a little thing to where they know that it's just not something that was just built and just okay. Let's put some restaurants and
Right.
a couple
Right.
of gift shops, put a deli, and we'll see you later. To
Yeah.
know that was John Steinbeck era with all the fishing, those overpasses on Cannery Row.
Yeah.
They were. I mean, that's nice that they kept the overpass.
Yeah. It is. It has
Because
flavor.
they had the cannery on the right.
Well, the whole row. I mean, from the Monterey Bay Inn, which was actually my grandfather and his father, my great grandfather's um, first cannery was the San Carlos Cannery. So if you
Okay,
came onto Cannery Road, we had the first cannery there. Not the first one ever built, but just the first one on the road as it went down. And so it was just, I was too young. I wasn't born yet when the cannery was there, but growing up with the stories and the history of it all and kind of getting involved, my family got involved with Bert and Ted to get into Cannery Row Company. They're gracious enough to bring us in to get involved. So we're pretty entrenched in the history of Cannery Row and maintaining our history and hoping to have a good future with everything, which brings us to the deli. My brother and I have always toyed with the idea of wanting to do Mediterranean Market again, bringing it back.
Yeah.
And over the years, being out to dinner in Carmel or having a drink somewhere, you would hear people talk about, oh, remember that great Mediterranean Market. Everybody knew Mediterranean Market. It wasn't like, oh, that one deli. It was Mediterranean Market.
Mediterranean Market, yeah.
And so I was having dinner one night with my fiance, and a couple next to us had said, we've been coming to Carmel for over 30 years. We used to go to Mediterranean Market. Whatever happened to that? And so Crystal turned around and goes, well, as a matter of fact, my fiance is the nephew of the owners, and we're getting ready to open up a small version of Mediterranean Market on Cannery Row. So it's been, I would say my brother and I have been pursuing this for about 10 years and just trying to find the right location, the right time. You don't want to force it. You kind of want it to, come naturally. And and being partners in Cannery Row Company, they reached out to us and said, hey, there's an opportunity. We've talked over the years about bringing Med Market or something of that nature down here. What do you think? So we seriously sat down and worked it out, negotiated for about 18 months to get the lease right. And then we started the project in 2019. We opened February of 2020, and then the pandemic happened and COVID hit. We were able to keep our doors open because we're to go only. We do have a couple of outside seats, but mainly to go. But it's been a very rough year for all of us, let alone starting a brand new business. But thankfully, the aquarium worked with us in the beginning. We were doing a lot of lunches just for the aquarium for their staff, staying open. With the hotel's been very gracious next door, and we've got really a good neighborhood feel on the row. And now the aquarium opens in 2 weeks. We just did a nice lunch for their staff yesterday. So there's, like you said earlier, things are opening up. We're moving the right direction. But so back to the deli, really the focus here is, like I said, is bringing that nostalgia back for the locals and also giving people visiting the peninsula, tourists or weekenders, kind of a flair for the Italian culture and our cuisine. Really good salamis, the mortadella, the prosciutto that we get from Italy. I mean, a lot of the stuff I either get, like my dry salamis is Molinari Brothers out of the city. They've been doing this for a million years, and it's phenomenal stuff. And then I got a lot of really, really good imported stuff from Livoni and Robignati. Like the mortadella that I got, I had never had that brand before, and I tasted it. I'm like, bar none. I've never had a better, especially for the price. I've never had a better mortadella with or without pistachio. It's
nice.
And I'm amazed for as slow as it's been. The amount of mortadella and prosciutto that this little place goes through blows my mind. And I can't even imagine what it's going to be like, hopefully, when we get, knock on wood, busier. And then here, I get my bread from Orazio over at Palermo Bakery. He does this particular roll just for us. So it's a semolina roll that's real traditional Italian, like they have in New York and Italy and here. Because I really wanted this place to be above, better and above and beyond people's expectations. We got, like I said, a lot of big shoes to fill with my uncle and my dad's stores. But creating a product that is only here, but it's fair, and it's healthy, and it's good, and it's consistent every time. So we worked it out with Palermo to do the bread, and then now I just started using Paris Bakery to do our muffaletta rounds. And the Sicilian muffaletta is a very classic sandwich that started in New Orleans, but that's also one of our top sellers. And we got some really good stuff, and I really hope that the locals can realize that we're here for one. You can park right in front if you call an order in. You can double park in a loading zone, pick your order up, or we'll even deliver. So it's really, really trying to get the word out there and wanting, like yourself, you've done it a few times, and a couple other guys, and bringing back that childhood memory of some really good sandwiches and some good charcuterie and cold cuts and cheeses, and we got a little bit of wine, so that's some good stuff.
Yeah, I remember, months back, I think I was delivering some people from the wine tour that were staying at the Clement. And then I saw you at the bar, and I wanted to say hello, and you mentioned that, hey, we're working on it. I went, wow, it was exciting to hear.
The first thing you asked was, are you going to have mortadella?
Yes, I said that, yeah. And
I said, absolutely. It's actually one of our sandwiches, yeah.
I made sure I came to your place, me and
so thank you for that.
Sal Di Maria and Chris Palma came in. And I've been in on my own, but the last time was all three of us, and we got the mortadella.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, another thing that I did, it's just to put it out there, is we've got our house favorite sandwiches, the top 10. And so what I did was just kind of an homage to my family, was that the sandwiches are all named after people in the family. So I've got the Uncle Philly, my Uncle Phil at Mediterranean Market in Carmel. The Uncle Peter, who's still alive. My Uncle Peter, he's the middle brother. He's the number 2 sandwich. The Uncle Johnny is my dad, John. And then my brother is JRC1, and I'm JRC2. And then my good friend's father, who loved mortadella, he's the Filippo. But it's also my cousin. My cousin Philly Jr., which is the mortadella with pistachio. And then I've got Crystal, my fiance's on the menu. And then the 2 classic sandwiches. We've got the muffaletta, actually 3 classic. The muffaletta you have to have. If you're Sicilian, you got to have a muffaletta sandwich.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Yeah,
it's pretty phenomenal. And then we've got the one thing that does stick out that people kind of get a little twist on is like, okay, we have a turkey sandwich on your menu. Italian deli, the turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
But the turkey sandwich we have was the one that was created at Mediterranean Market in Carmel with the salsa turkey and pepper jack cheese with the house spread. And that was the number 1 selling sandwich at Mediterranean Market in Carmel. And so far, it's been our number 1 selling sandwich here. It's
unbelievable. Turkey, huh? Wow.
Yeah, it's a roasted turkey it's marinated in salsa, but to me, I'm like, okay, it's a turkey sandwich, but it's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, because I love the Uncle Philly with the dry copa. And then my sandwich, of course, is the prosciutto di Parma with fresh mozzarella and roasted red pepper. That's a real classic Italian sandwich. So that's kind of the showcase. When you walk in, you come into our butcher cases. We got all of our meats, and another one has all of our cheeses. And you can buy a quarter pound of this or half a pound, whatever you want. We'll slice it paper thin for you, however you want it. So a lot of people come in and get, a quarter pound or half a pound of this or that, and we get some beautiful bread, some crackers, or some of the grocery items that we offer. Yeah. They go to a picnic at the beach, or they go back to the hotel room, or they take them home, or it's neat to see the evolution of this. And it's unfortunate we had to do it during a COVID, but now things are opening up, and hopefully we're all on the right path.
You're going to be good now. Now the store has so you got olive oil. You have like balsamic.
Yeah, I got some really good infused olive oils that are from an Italian company called Sono Toscano, but we carry the Portana Asaro Sicilian olive oil, and not just because I'm Sicilian, I'm saying this, but this is some of the best, if not the best, olive oil I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
So we carry it, and everything we make with that olive oil. It is absolutely phenomenal. And we've got other items. We've got the San Marzano tomatoes direct from Italy. We've got some Moody product, which is a really good Italian, crushed tomato or a sauce. We've got the Di Napoli.
Yeah, you got the Di Napoli. It's hard to find.
Yeah, Di Napoli San Marzano style tomatoes. We've got an assortment of stuff, and I'm very particular on what we carry, just because I'm very limited on space. But I also want to have a very good product and share that product with people that may not be aware of it, or just go to the store and buy, random whatever, so they could come here and get a very good product at a very good price. And it's just really good stuff. And I take a lot of time and consideration into what I'm offering to the customers, especially the locals, because I want this to be the next, even though we're on Cannery Row, I want the neighborhood. I want that to be a neighborhood feel. That's our neighborhood down. We go there for all the employees that work down here. That's who I really wanted.
Yeah.
What I was targeting was like, hey, come here for your lunch, get a salad, get a sandwich, get some charcuterie to go home with. If you want something special, I'll get it for you, and really give it the neighborhood feel. Even though Cannery Row is, a destiny location for all the tourists and visitors and what have you, but we can still share our cuisine, our culture with people.
Right. Yeah. Now the key to a good sandwich, not only you have the great meats, but is the bread.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you've got Palermo, and you've got French Baker. You got two dynamite places, and that bread is.
Yeah, no, and it was a little bit, and like I said, with Palermo Baker, with Orazio, he was great with working with me on the particular bread. So we use the semolina flour, and it's a little heavier, a little coarser, but the rolls just come out beautiful. And it's got a nice light crunch, but still very soft.
Yeah.
And we core out the bread, so you don't have a lot of filling. So you really get the nice crunch and the flavorfulness of the bread. You taste the bread, and then all the sandwiches are a minimum of a quarter pound of meat, a little bit of cheese, and then whatever produce you want on there. But you get a really good, balanced, healthy sandwich. It's not overfilling. It's not overboard. And it's a great price point. A lot of people said I should raise my prices, but we'll wait, see what happens. But
let me compliment you on your staff. Is a very friendly, outgoing staff. When you walk in, they greet you and they're happy, and they're, oh yeah, mortadella, yeah, love it. So it's compliment you on your staff.
Yeah, it's that's as a business owner, you rely on your staff to make the machine work. The wheels got to all go in the right direction, but you got to educate your staff. And I take a lot of time to sit with my staff, educate them on the product, let them taste everything, get them knowledgeable. I even put a booklet together describing the history of the deli, my family, why we did this, what the names of the sandwiches are, what they're for, and then the different imported meats we carry, the cheeses that we carry, where they're from, what the ingredients are, why they're the way they are. And even down to the Sicilian olives, my dad's recipe from over 50 years ago, we make in-house. I did it at the bar too, and it flies off the shelf. So I tell my staff, have passion in what you do. I don't care whatever it is you're doing in life. If you have passion about what you're doing, you'll be happy. You'll be successful to an extent. And that's what I learned that from my father, from my grandfather, my uncles, especially my Uncle Peter. Be passionate about what you do, and it transcends into how you treat your staff and how, like you said, the customer experience. You come into somebody, hey, how you doing? What can I get for you? I have no problem. Try this, try that. And then it's all about the customer experience. And you were in hospitality for a million years.
I know you're.
So it's,
Jason, you got a winner down there, and I know
I appreciate that, Johnny.
The pandemic slowed you down, but we're looking at the Roaring 20s coming up now. This is going to be nuts.
I certainly hope so. We need it.
This is going to be a nuts summer. And I appreciate you coming on, Buzzing with Cousin.
Absolutely.
Sharing the deli with us. And also, what I really like is sharing the Monterey history, because we got to share that Monterey history.
We have to. Yeah, so just let everybody know we're located at 750 Cannery Row, Suite 108. We're right next door to the Intercontinental Hotel, across the street from Nestle Cafe. We're about 200 yards from the aquarium, so you can, like I said, double park in front if there's parking available, or park in the street. Call and order in. We come down. We're open 7 days a week, 10 to 5. It's 10 to 6 on Fridays and Saturdays. So come check us out.
And Jason, what's your phone number there?
831-901-3175. We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, and if somebody can't figure it out, contact me, and I'll make sure that these guys, get that food for you.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, Jason.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you and what you do, and thanks so much for coming on. and I'll see you down at the deli. Bye.
Perfect. Welcome anytime.
Okay, Jason Coniglio, Coniglio Bros Italian Deli. It's a winner. Okay, you guys are riding your bikes. You're on Cannery Row. Pull over. Go get yourself a nice deli sandwich, or maybe get a couple of rolls. Get a quarter pound of this, a quarter pound of that. Take a ride down there by the grass at the Coast Guard Pier. Relax, enjoy, and maybe even bring some wine. He's got little half bottles of wine. It's like a glass and a half each. Okay, so I'd like to thank everybody for buzzing with Cousin. Appreciate you guys coming on, and everybody stay safe out there. And looks like we're back in action. Bye.